Unbiased AI, Responsible AI for Business section. The critical imperative of adopting responsible AI in the business environment. Let's delve into what it brings to us. Responsible AI for business. Today, we'll cover about building trustworthy AI, a business imperative, and the governance framework for responsible AI, and how to mitigate risk for bias in data and algorithms, responsible MLOps and model ops, and also how to implement responsible AI framework and technical practice in a business environment. So let's kick off starting with building trustworthy AI and why it's a business imperative. We'll begin by establishing why a focus on responsible, ethical, and safe AI isn't merely a compliance exercise, but a strategic necessity, an imperative for modern business. The trust factor. When AI makes decisions like approving loan or hiring a candidate, people need to trust that the system is fair. Losing the trust can destroy your brand reputation and drive customers away. Avoid legal and financial pain. Governments worldwide are creating new AI laws like the EU AI Act. So ignoring ethics now means risking massive fines and legal troubles later. So it gets really messy in the legal environment. Lastly, smarter, safer decisions are really fundamental to really build a trustworthy AI in a business. Unsafe or biased AI produces faulty results, leading to bad decision makings, wasted resources, operational mistakes, and responsible AI leads to reliable performance. The second area is the governance framework for responsible AI. You'll be hearing a lot about the governance in AI and why it's so important. We'll start by making the case that responsible, ethical, and safe AI isn't just nice to have. It's not optional anymore. It's a core business necessity. We have to be really compliant, delivering responsible AI. Why? Core principles. Firstly, you need to define your values. What does your company stand for? These values like fairness, transparency, and accountability become really the ground rules for AI projects if you want to deliver successful AI projects. The next area we want to focus is the AI Ethics Committee. You need to build a dedicated group made up of leaders, legal experts, and business people to review AI projects and ensure they align with the rule book. They are the guardians of trust. You need to bring the people. AI, delivering ethical, responsible AI is a team sport. You need to create a truly diverse and inclusive the working committee for AI ethics. The last part, but not least, is documentation. Every AI project needs clear paperwork showing who is responsible for it and how the team addressed potential risk. No secrets, no shortcuts. You need to really create a transparent and accountable and clearly responsible. The roles are assigned by bringing the documentation religiously to make it really consistent and continuous. The third area is fighting bias. How to mitigate risk in AI. Bias is the biggest enemy of fair AI. We'll explain how bias creeps in and how to clean it up using simple analogies. You often heard about garbage in, garbage out. The problem, it's a data bias. We can't emphasize this enough to really highlight junk in, junk out. It's a foundation. So you need to really make sure that data is not biased, that you are building AI on it. If you train an AI system using historical data that reflects past societal unfairness, Example, mostly approving loans for only one demographic. The AI will learn and repeat that bias and amplify the bias. The solution is to audit your data really rigorously to ensure it's diverse and representative, the database that you are training your AI algorithm and system. Checking the recipe, algorithm bias. Again, as important as the data bias, algorithmic bias is another area you need to pay really close attention if you want to deliver responsible, ethical AI. The way the AI is built, the algorithm can also favor certain outcomes. We must use fairness checks, like a checklist before a plane takes off, to ensure the model isn't secretly favoring one group over another before it goes live. And these days, there are so many tools available in Microsoft Azure environment and AWS environment as well, so that you can really try to bring the open source or sometimes embed in the default the environment, the algorithmic bias, checking the process to ensure that you're doing the right thing. The last component is understanding the why, explainability. When an AI makes a decision, we need to know why it did and why it did what it did. Tools that explain the AI's reasoning, like breaking down a credit score, help us catch and correct unfair decisions. And these days, credit scoring is becoming very, very complex, combining the behavior score and also financial score. So, which means you need to really have a cool, very clear explainability to ensure that how the decision is made so that you can work with your business stakeholders to really reason and validate the decision making is fair for everyone. The next area we'd like to discuss now is how to maintain ethical AI. Think of it as AI maintenance and monitoring. As much as it's important to build the unbiased bias, that the unbiased data to create really unbiased algorithm, the managing ethical AI is very, very important and crucial. That's where this MLOps and the MLOps comes in. So AI needs regular checkups. An AI model can become biased over time as the real world changes. Because especially for a pandemic period, we really witnessed so many cases that the post-pandemic changes really changed the customer behaviors. So the old AI model built pre-pandemic doesn't work anymore because the underlying data set is changed massively. The old AI model might start making poor or unfair decisions because now the model built on the older data doesn't apply anymore. So the next area we'd like to discuss is continuous monitoring. So it's important to put the monitoring process, but again, how to continuous monitoring with a consistent manner is very important. It has to be regular checkup, like you go to see your GP regularly to make sure that your body is functioning well. Same applies to the AI model. We use automated dashboards to constantly watch the AI system in production. If its performance or fairness metrics start to drop, an alert goes off that flags it that something's not right, then really brings attention, that brings the monitoring comes in. Now the automated system alerts that this is not the normal and you need to pay attention, then human in the loop. The team steps in to fix the problem. So please remember, maintaining AI can't be 100% automated and you can think you can remove the human in the loop. It doesn't work that way. Human intelligence, you need to really bring in augmented intelligence to look into the problem with the human intervention so that human's intelligence can make a really right decision to fix the problem the correct error and decide whether you have to go back to old model and you have to rerun it to fix the problem, or you need to actually go back to the previous model, which is the stage, the bringing the new data to train the new algorithm to start all over again, because the model drift is too big, so that the algorithm that's running on the system now doesn't apply anymore to the old data set. So the next step we want to look at is version control for accountability. As much as documentation is so important, it is so crucial to maintaining the model version to really assign the accountability and also traceability. Just like a construction company tracks blueprints, we must track every version of the AI model and data it used. It's fundamental and crucial. This ensures a full auditability. We always know who did what and when. And also, we also can trace back the error is occurring part is based on which version, so that you know that to correct the error, how do you have to time travel? How do you have to go back? And whether you have to actually bring in new fresh data to train from the scratch, or is it the data is we can use the old the trained old data, but we have to create new algorithm and decide which algorithm is serving the best performance. Now, the really important part we want to discuss now is implementation roadmap. Putting responsible AI into practice. This is very, very exciting component when you deliver really responsible AI. Now, we will conclude with a straightforward, actionable plan for the leadership team. Firstly, start small, learn big. Don't try to change everything at once. Don't be over-ambitious. Choose a single important AI project for a pilot program to test the framework and build internal expertise. So you have to do in parallel, really try to kick off project in pilot, but also during the process, you can build internal expertise and capability. The second part is mandatory risk assessment. As we discussed earlier, introduce a mandatory AI impact assessment checklist for every new project. Before anyone builds the AI, they must first identify all potential ethical and societal harms and propose mitigation steps. We can't stress enough how important it is. The AI impact assessment is like any business impact assessment. It is really the barometer of how the AI model is responsibly behaving in the production environment and in your system. So this is really important, the process you need to embed in the models. Training and culture. Again, this is not technical skills, rather soft skills, but training is so important, and educating your team is very important, from the engineers to the product managers, not just technical people, but the business people and the operational people as well, on the principles of responsible AI. This really shifts the dial and really establishing the culture from ship fast to ship responsibly. The last area, but not the least, tools and technology. Invest in user-friendly software that helps technical teams monitor, audit, and explain their AI models automatically, making it easier for them to do the right thing. But also remember, you are providing the tools so that you can increase the productivity and make the work simpler and easier and more agile manner. But always make sure that you bring the augmented intelligence, bring the human expertise in the loop, so that you can really do all the due diligence accordingly, and you can ensure that AI you have built is doing the things responsibly and the right way, in the right way to deliver the expected outcomes. I hope you enjoyed the Responsible AI for Business the session. As you can see, it is a business imperative and it's not optional anymore. And I hope you can really build a culture of making it really imperative in the business environment so that AI can deliver really responsibly, so that AI can really contribute greatly all these important areas so that it can empower the business and really deliver the value for the citizens. Thank you.